guys, how's it going? Today's project is not necessarily an exciting one, but it is a necessary one, and it's a really nice day to be doing it. See this pile of rocks right here? We are going to work on containing them and organizing them in a way somewhere else that they are no longer here. These rocks, as well as the gravel right here, were brought in for the Dream Stream project, and you can see that we've got, quite a number of these left over, and we don't necessarily want to find a home to send all of them. We want to keep some of them on hand because we may need to add a few rocks here or there around the stream. We may also be installing the pondless waterfall here maybe next year or this next growing season. So we do want to have some on hand, but we don't want them to be all splayed out in a pile right here, because our goal this winter, when we have nice days like this, we want to work on plugging away at mulching all of the planting areas out here in the Dirtlands. In fact, we just had a load of compost dropped off this morning. You can see the fresh side that was just dropped off this morning, and we've had this for a bit. And then he brought one more load. It's way over there so that it was closer to the flower beds on that side. I think it'll be great to have this done and have everything mulched because, one, it will look beautiful. Two, it will start conditioning the soil because this is compost, not actual mulch. And I think it's a good thing to do during these winter days that are nicer. I mean, it looks moist out here, but it's not super gummy. Most of it is covered with dead sod or wood chips. There's a few exposed areas, but even those, they're not super muddy. So Aaron was thinking that we were going to build some like containment sort of situation on top of a pallet with hardware cloth or something like that. Then we could pick up the rocks and maybe, like, I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I'm just going to kind of follow his lead, but we are heading to the store to get some supplies for this project first. Do you know exactly what we need for this?
Nope.
We're just going to go and wing it?
Yep.
All right.
So what do we need? Like something between a chicken wire and a cattle panel?
Like a hardware cloth.
Hardware cloth.
Something like that, with a wider grid than what we have. Like our hardware cloth is 1/4 inch grid or 1/2 inch grid, I think. Oh yeah, right out here, Aaron, there's tons of rolls. It's a nice day, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so great when there's days where we don't have to wear big old heavy winter coats. It's just right out here.
This?
Yeah.
It's about the right height. I don't know if maybe that's a better height so we don't go too high. Or maybe we want to go a little higher.
I really don't know much about this. I would think the ones I saw, the pictures you were showing me, Aaron, looked a little bit more like this. That seems a little short. I don't know. 3 feet versus 4 feet.
Well, you can do more pallets versus less.
Or you could just get the tall stuff and it works awesome. If not, you don't have to fill it all the way. Okay, so this is what we're going with. This is 4 feet tall, 100-foot roll, 12.5 gauge. So I think this will do the job. I think it'll do really well. You guys are nuts. All right, we gotta go inside the store now. Hey, look, swimming pools.
You guys want to go swimming?
No, not now. No.
Not now.
Yeah, it's too cold.
These are for like horses and cows and stuff.
Huh?
Yeah. You fill them with water and then the horses can drink.
That's a decent sized swimming pool though, that big blue one.
And you put a couple goldfish in there to keep the algae down.
Is that how you do it, Aaron?
Like this?
Yeah, exactly. Don't you think that would work to attach them to the pallets? Are there bags of them? Or is it just all bulk?
Looks like it's full.
Whoa, hey Benjamin, look at the size of these nails.
Oh man.
I know. 6 foot step in post. Those are
Benjamin, can you
posts
fill
of
this
some
up
kind.
for me?
Yeah.
I need a bunch of these.
Ouch.
Oh, gotta be careful, babe.
One at a time.
Yeah.
2 at a time, actually.
I'm sure we have a box of these somewhere at the house, but I'm just not positive.
Yeah.
I'd rather get extras. What do you think, Aaron? There's like that one, and there's this one.
I would get that one.
This one right here, the silver
gray
one.
yeah.
The other one right here, Aaron, is pretty... That's pretty heavy duty, but
Yeah.
this one's like half the price.
Yeah, but we can use this for later.
Okay. We are back home and Aaron is gathering up the supplies. He went and grabbed a few pallets.
Jump on.
Is this all the pallets we've got?
Yeah. without taking something off some of the pallets.
So maybe we just start with 3 today. See how far we get. Yeah, I'll jump on. Between picking up the wire and now, we went to the grocery store and got our entire week's worth of groceries. Made lunch for the kids, broke an entire jar of pickles all over the kitchen floor. But not just on the floor, like underneath the organizational things in our pantry, all over the place. Our whole kitchen smells like pickles.
Then Smith was like, I kind of want some pickles.
Yeah, can I have some pickles? There's a pile of compost, and there's a third one. So we got 3 loads today. While we were gone, this one came, the one over there. I'm just driving the truck over to where we're gonna work so that we don't have to haul the roll of wire very far, but I'm gonna stop and grab some gloves on the way.
Nice.
Do we want to do a double layer of the wire on the outside?
Yeah, either a double layer or we'll probably also need to do the bottom too, you think?
I don't know. I mean,
Some of these might be able to fit through.
yeah, they might be able to.
You know, I mean like this.
I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, that would
I
fall
don't even
through.
know if that wire would stop something like this.
Sure, most of them are big though. Most of these are pretty good size. I mean, my shoe is a 7.5 for scale. They're pretty good size rocks. I don't think it'd be a bad idea to cut just a piece and just lay it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Won't be hard, I don't think. It feels like it's gonna snow, but it's not. It's not cold enough. It's 38 degrees, so it's not cold enough to snow, but it has that feel about it. We're supposed to be too warm for the next 10 days for any kind of snow. That'll be perfect, I think.
It'll get the majority of the ones we want to keep anyway.
How much of this 100-foot roll do you think we're gonna
You know
use?
what? We might keep the rest of this roll for the rest of our lives.
We probably will. I think they had a 50-foot roll, but I wasn't even thinking about it.
I feel like it's a nice thing to have around though.
It is. We'll make use of it for sure.
You'll have some project, you'll be like, ooh, I got that roll.
Like an onion drying table where you can put like the greens through.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. All right, guys, so we are going to attempt to make this first one, and then we'll stop when it's done, and I'll kind of show you what we ended up coming up with. Yeah, we both don't know what to expect here. Well, we got the first one done, and we decided we'll make the first one, see if it works really well, and then we'll make the last 2 the same way if it does work, or make an adjustment if we need to. So the first thing we did is we cut a piece of the, what do we call this? What is this? Utility fabric to the bottom of the pallet, just to help keep rocks from going through the bottom, because there are a few small ones. And then we did a round of the wire. So we'll decide if one round is good enough or if we need to do a double layer next time. But we'll be able to count how many of these there are, and we'll be able to cut a piece a lot easier. And then we went through, Aaron's doubling up on the security over here. I attached wires all down the length of the fabric to keep it together, and Aaron is doing a few more pieces. And then we nailed the whole circle down to the pallet, so like you can't lift it. There is some flex up here especially, but like you said, if there's weight on all sides,
we'll just have to see. I mean, this is the way I cut. I usually see them on pallets. I feel like I'm just my nose.
Well, you should show your hand warmers.
Oh yeah,
those are so cool.
Today's video is sponsored by
a Koopa. Those are rechargeable.
Yeah, you just plug them in right there. USB-C.
And they are warm.
Yeah, they get really warm.
Yeah.
Like almost too hot. Like almost so hot I can't recommend them.
Really?
But you know, if you have gloves, and it's kind of like going through the gloves. It's not directly on your skin.
Uh-huh.
It's not actually sponsored. Like, I don't know who this company
Yeah.
is. This was like a cheap $15 thing, you know, but
That's pretty nice.
yeah.
And I borrowed Samantha's earmuffs because I've been borderline like headache for the last couple of days, and I thought all the hammering and the rocks clinking together that this would be helpful, and so far I'm super glad that I have these out here. Both of the kids have a pair of these whenever they ride with Aaron when they're mowing the lawn or for 4th of July. Okay, so what's the plan? We're just going to come over here and we're just going to scoot the rocks by hand into these things?
I'll just get it up close enough, and then we can just start. At least you don't have to lift them.
True.
Kind of just like grabbing them
Yeah,
and tossing
scooting them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So just let me know if you want me closer, farther, whatnot.
You're going to get out and help scoot them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. just wondering. Okay, I'm hopeful that this works. Okay, just finished with the first scoop of rocks, and it almost made it halfway, so we're going to be able to fill it. If we fill it all the way to the tippy top, we could probably do 1.5 more scoops. There's so many rocks. But let me tell you what, once you get rocks in here, it feels so secure down here, like so tough, because the weight's pushing on all sides. And yeah, it's feeling really sturdy. Aaron went inside to get himself a pair of earmuffs as well, which I think is a great idea. It's so much noise, oh my goodness. So now we'll wait until he gets it back out here to get the next scoop of rocks. Told you guys this wouldn't be the most riveting project, but I'm really thrilled that this thing is working. That's exciting to me, and it's gonna look so much better than having a pile of rocks just scattered out.
Well, thanks for watching.
That's pretty much it. I know I'm gonna have to go do something plant related after this as a little reward for everybody watching us move rocks.
It takes a little longer than I anticipated.
It does, but I think now that we've got it kind of worked out just a little bit, 3 scoops per 48-inch piece of utility fabric, and it's holding together.
Yeah, it's doing really well.
Yeah.
This will move really nicely, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah, and we can just store them, you know, wherever it makes sense to store it.
Uh-huh.
Because it can't sit here.
No.
Um,
And I think having 3 of these full is going to be plenty for our needs. And we could probably rehome the rest of them.
yeah.
AKA, I don't want to do more than 3 of these.
I don't want to do more than one of these.
We got this. So I think what we're going to do on these next 2 is we're going to construct all of the stuff, like the infrastructure on both of them, and then we'll just start working on rocks.
What do you think? I'm trying to think if there's a quicker way.
Not to get them this high, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think
These are really tall.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's just a little bit more elbow grease.
Okay.
You think we can get the next 2 done in an hour?
No.
Ready, set,
Go.
go. Okay, here we go, guys. 2 more to go.
Yeah. I think we're good.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's only three of them. I did like 10 in that one. We'll see. it's now 4:40 and we got the last 2 done, so it took us an hour and 10 minutes, so I wasn't far off. I thought we could probably do it in an hour, so I'm happy with that. And we were getting more efficient too. We kind of figured out where it was best to position the bucket of the tractor, and also Aaron was getting better and better at getting more and more rock. In fact, the last one, 3 scoops wouldn't fit because he was getting so many in each scoop. But look at how tidy those are. Oh my goodness, it looks so much better than this right here. So the rest of these we are going to rehome because we don't need this many rocks. I mean, these are just for fill-in around the dream stream and then for the pondless waterfall if and when we decide to put that in. And we don't even need, I mean, probably don't even need one of these. But we've got space over there. Aaron is actually grabbing the forks, putting them back on the tractor so that we can go put them over with everything else with all of our other stone. And it'll just be really nice to have these kind of in the wings. Oh, here he comes. This land, it looks so flat, but when you drive on it, it is so incredibly bumpy. I'm looking forward to the day when we get that all leveled out. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wonder what one of these weighs. That'd be really interesting to know. I'm coming with.
Okay.
How much do you think one of those weighs?
I don't know. I mean, it is fairly heavy.
Do you think going on all these bumps is going to make it shift and bend, do you think?
I don't know.
Are you going to take the gravel lane?
Yeah.
Good. They look so tidy.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's just nice to keep it around
Yeah.
in case you have a project or you're like, boy, I could really use some.
Dinosaur eggs. Aaron says that only little kids call these rocks dinosaur eggs.
Don't say that.
Yeah, well, you said that. You told me that earlier. I guess they're called river rock or
Well,
cobbles.
I think that the cobble, I think, is what the rock yard calls them.
Uh-huh.
I call them river rock because you find them, at the river. But I was kidding with you, kind of. about
They do look like dinosaur eggs, though. Oh, I see the camera.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had a camera in here.
Yeah.
See?
It's for the
forks?
the forklift.
That's nice because you can't see.
No, you
very
can't
well.
at all. So having the camera makes it
There's
awesome.
There's our stack of wood, and then there's our stack of supplies to get our shed built one day. Yeah, so along this back area, we've been storing all of the implements for the tractor here so that you can easily access anything that you need to use. And then we've got a bunch of bagged items right here and a bunch of other stone that we just like to have on hand. So we're just gonna line these up with everything else. Oh, dang.
Yeah, watch this. Whoops. As I get into the dirt.
Well, I'm making it a little bit more difficult on you, kind of cramping up the cab here. Oh, that is so nice. Wow. All right, there he goes with the second one. And you guys, to finish things off today, I think I want to take you back to the red barn and show you the progress that Paul and Bethany have made in that structure. We also had Burke Electric out. They were working on installing lights the day we were out cleaning out the high tunnel. And I think it's maybe dim enough outside that we'll be able to really appreciate the lights in the red barn. Okay, so here we are at the red barn. There are the high tunnels all buttoned up right there. So let's go in and check this out. So here's a look real quick before we turn on the lights. It actually looks brighter in the camera than it does here in real life, but I think the lights will still make an impact here. So you can see the two switches here. One of them controls all the lights in kind of the bays that we have on both sides. And then up top here. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that make an enormous difference? Oh my goodness. And maybe we can put up a picture or footage or something like that of what the barn looked like before we started in with this project, kind of making it work for us and more for storage and less for animals, since we do plan on one day building a different barn for animals. Like right in here was a little section where they stored supplies, tack and feed, stuff like that. There was a stall right in here. And then there were 2 stalls in here, and those led to an outdoor run, which we've taken the run down. We've taken down all of the lumber, I guess, that made all of the stalls instead of open like this. So what our goal is to be able to store a bunch of things that are just not in use or things we don't need to access all the time. So starting here on the left, and we're going to be doing more of an in-depth video probably on this soon because we've just really started it on the organization part. Paul and Bethany got the shelves in and built, and we've kind of been in process of getting those like ordered and here and constructed, and that takes time, and we need to go through the white barn, like the 4 of us, Paul, Bethany, Aaron, and I need to go through, decide on everything that could come out here, and then you have kind of a better idea of how you need to organize when you actually know what's going to be out here. So we need to do that. We're just, utilizing all of the days that are decent to work outside when we can, rather than working inside. So we're just going to wait for a crummy day to do that, I think. But the goal is to have all of our stuff stored to where we can easily see what we have and easily access it. Because before we had things double, triple, quadruple stacked, both deep and up. So it was incredibly hard to get to things. So now you can see the supplies we have. You can easily grab, you can grab something off without it being a huge chore. And then we have it set up to where, you can come in here and you've got a lot of room, so you can get your garden cart in here so that, if you have got a heavy pot, you can put it right on the cart and then scoot out. As we go this way, you can see, just more stuff. I think we're going to probably put another shelving unit on the back wall right there. And we haven't even moved any of the concrete from behind the orchard fence yet, so that will add a tremendous amount of stuff in here. We've got some green stock supplies here. We've got our 2-wire for our irrigation system, and then we've got some just random things in here. We do like to keep a lot of our plastic containers. This is like a fraction of them. Well, you can see all of these. These are all the boxwood pots from the flower garden project. I love having these on hand because I end up using them in the greenhouse to up pot things. Over on this side, this is insane. Look at our hose-link supply. Oh my gosh, this is how much we use them. We have one on every single faucet we have out in the garden. I think we've got a couple that maybe like one of our oldest ones that we take parts off of if we need to, fix something or whatever, but it's kind of rare. They work for so long. So anyway, we drain everything, blow them out, and have them stored here on the wall when it's wintertime. Drip tubes, like these are so cumbersome and weird to store, so it's nice to have a place where they can just have the space to do that. There's my rototiller. We just got another one of the shelving units in that we need to put together. And then we've got storage for awkward stuff, all the wiry things that are hard to store. It's just nice to have space to do that. We had this plant shelf in the Hartley at one time. We moved it out here when I was kind of done with it. Same with this one, but we will utilize all of these things from time to time for different projects and so forth. So it's nice to have a place to put them. And you can even see garden stakes, what they've figured out up here. Different sizes of garden stakes kind of up in the rafters, so you can still get to them really easy. There's a step ladder out here because I don't really get into them all that often, so it's nice to have them somewhere that you can see them, get to them, but they're not in the way. And this opening right here, just kind of leads out. This is where the outside run was. And then here are some extra things, extra tabletops. We've still got a bunch of cleanup to do back here. Just pop down here. This is just kind of like a garbage heap, garbage slash lumber heap that was here when we bought the place. So we need to go through and just kind of clear all of this out. There's some extra random fencing that now that we have the fence here, we don't need any of that. So we just need to go through it, which is not really something we can do right now. Like, it's not so muddy that we can't do what we did today, but that hillside, I'd be slipping and sliding and we'd be all muddy doing a job like that. But isn't this just incredible? I feel like this barn is so much better suited to storage rather than animals. I'm just so thrilled with it. And the middle section, we can actually park a golf cart and a gator in here undercover. So like we have that 6-seater golf cart that we don't use all the time, but we use it when we have people over because it has 2 extra seats on it than the other one. And that one fits right in here. And once everything's in here and organized, we'll start parking in here. And then in the wintertime, we usually don't have all the gators in action. There's usually one kind of sitting. It's covered behind the barn right now, but it'd be nice to put it under actual cover instead of just sitting out with it's the proper cover for it. You can buy it, a John Deere Gator cover, but I don't know. I just like the thought of things being tucked in. And Brooks do such a great job with all the lights and all that business. They actually, wired in and made a hole for a barn light. I need to order the same ones that are on our white barn. We're going to be putting on the front and back of this one and on the front and back of the heated greenhouse by the barn. So anyway, guys, that is where I'm going to leave it because it is now 5 o'clock and it's time for me to go in and start dinner. I've had a roast in the crock pot all day. We're doing shredded beef enchiladas. It's going to be so yummy. So I'm thankful for that and thankful for crockpot Sundays like today. We had a very productive day. The fact that we had a chance to go to the grocery store and get our whole week's worth of food and I got it all put away and organized, that always makes me feel like so prepared for the week ahead. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and we will see you in the next one. Bye.